Hey y'all, it's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Oh yeah, it's definitely afternoon. Good afternoon, y'all. It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline, fellow alopecia princess. Thanks for joining me today. Alexa, turn down the volume. My nerves. I am trying to get some wigs together. I'm planning a vacation, y'all. I'm planning a holiday, and I'll be there for 9 days, and it's a beach vacation. So I'll need to bring 3 wigs. 3 wigs. One of them has to be a swimming wig, and ever since I started wearing human hair wigs last month, I've been having a hard time getting like my hair to be right. I wish someone had reminded me how much work it takes to maintain human hair wigs. I mean, I could go out and get a synthetic hair wig, but honestly, nothing moves like a human hair wig. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I have 2 of the 3 that I'm going to wear. This is one of them I just washed. I washed a bunch of my wigs. Washed a bunch of my wigs last night. So now I have to style them. This is one I'm currently wearing. And I pulled out an old, what do you call it again? Shidle, a Jewish shidle that someone sold me. I pulled one of those out, and it's all right. Like, I don't know I wasn't wearing it for so long because it's a pretty good one. Y'all want to see what it looks like? For those of you who don't know, shidles are wigs worn by Jewish women. You know, Hasidic Jews, they practice that. They cover their hair. Women cover their hair after they get married because the hair is supposed to be sensual. You know what I mean? So they wear these wigs. But the wigs, you might be interested in knowing, are not supposed to look like your natural hair. They're supposed to look like beautiful wigs. They're not supposed to look like your natural beautiful hair, because you want the other people, if you're Jewish, you want the other people in your community to know that you're married, and that's why you're wearing this wig. And then the wig, depending on how beautiful it is, will determine or let other people know how wealthy you are. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to get my hands on this really, really beautiful wig. And for some reason, I can't find it right now. I washed it last night. Where did I put it? I think I put it back inside my bin. This is not it. But how you guys doing today? It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Thank you for joining me. As you can see, I'm styling wigs today, trying to figure out, I have to go get another wig. I love to wear a curly wig for swimming. That's my favorite. I love how curly wigs look when they're wet, so that's my best option. I have a synthetic one, but like I said, since I started wearing the human hair one, I'm kind of partial to the human hair now. And I feel like I need to go spend my millions of dollars on wigs. Y'all know how that is, right? Where you just feel like you just can't stop buying enough wigs. That's where I'm at. And that's what brings me to today's conversation, which is JAK inhibitors, right? JAK inhibitors are, you know, they're supposed to help regrowth hair, and they regrow hair. And I don't like talking about these hair regrowth products on my channel because I honestly don't think they work. But I do know JAK inhibitors do work. And I've talked about this before. I've explained why I no longer try to regrow my hair. I don't know if you guys want to get into it. Feel free to ask questions because that's what this is. Today, this is the Alopecia Q A. But I can't help noticing that so many people I think it's because it's Alopecia Awareness Month. Y'all know September is Alopecia Awareness Month, right? So as I scour the news for topics to discuss on my news channel, my Bald Girl News channel, that's what this is. So if you want Bald Girl News updates, fun stuff, not just, you know, about hair growth, definitely subscribe. I'm sorry, my news is running. Yeah, as I scour the news, I just noticed so many conversations in the news about these JAK inhibitors. And I know I said before, I'm not interested in regrowing my hair, but some part of me feels like I might be doing myself a disservice if I don't at least try again. I mean, of course, I would like to have some hair. I'm human, right? But I might as well go ahead and talk about it. The reason why I don't want to bother to regrow my hair anymore is because I've tried in the past and the results are so ridiculous. I'm not even going to kid you when I say ridiculous. And I know I'm not the only one because I've been researching this a little bit and I've heard other people say it. The results are ridiculous. Like, yes, you will regrow your hair, but it will regrow in patches. Sometimes it takes months and months. And then when you stop the treatment, the hair falls out again. So it's like, what the heck, right? And then you're sitting up under a doctor all the time, which I also don't want to do. I remember what that was like. And you know what? As I talk about it, I'm talking myself out of it. Like, I already know. I don't want to do this anymore. But can somebody in the audience, if y'all are watching, can you please let me know if you have tried any hair regrowth? And I'm not talking to you guys who have thinning hair, okay? Because that's a whole different animal. Thinning hair, you can fix that with a nice, I don't know, vitamin E rich shampoo or something like that. But this shampoo doesn't fix it. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys have severe hair loss like me, or even if it's like alopecia areata, please let me know if you ever tried any of the prescription medications. Don't start sending me a whole bunch of links to your shampoos from TikTok. I'm not interested in those. If you have tried any of the prescription medications and if they actually worked for you and if you have to continue to take them, because that was my experience when I did regrow my hair that one time back in high school. I had to go back every 2 weeks and get these shots in my head. And I did regrow my hair and it was nice. I had hair for probably a whole year. But then I went on a vacation and I was gone for 8 days and I missed my appointment. And in that week that I was in, I think I was in Aruba. Somewhere in the Caribbean I was at. But in that week, I remember crying every day because every day all the hair was just constantly just falling out of my head. And it was a devastating thing to have to go through again because I had already went through it. So I didn't want to go through it again. And that's when I made the executive decision to quit trying because this is ridiculous to have to go sit up under a doctor every 2 weeks to get a bunch of shots when I'm not even sick. That's the thing about it. I'm not sick. There are people out there who have to be under the care of a doctor because they're sick. And then there's those of us who opt to be under the care of a doctor because we want to grow our hair. And it kind of seems pointless, but I guess, it depends on where you are in life and things like that. I'm sure I would have a different outlook on things. If I were younger, I'm sure I would feel differently. If the hair loss was new, I'm sure I would feel differently. Well, hang on. Let me get to these comments. I'm sorry. I'm ignoring you. How do you get rid of all of these? Good morning, Debbie. Thanks for shouting me out. Sorry. Just joined. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read through I wish TikTok would do better about listing these things. Dr. Doom says, do you have alopecia? I do. I have alopecia universalis, which is the most severe form of alopecia. I don't have hair anywhere, none of my eyebrows, eyelashes, body hair, nothing. Dave Bowman says, you look good without hair. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you. That's sweet of you to say. Outrageous says, I was bald once. So how did you stop being bald? Outrageous. Please let me know. Did you take a medication or did it just grow back naturally? Midnight Sun says, I have tried about every hair growth. Oil. I know. I've been there. I remember one time, I think I don't remember what it was, but it was a long time ago. But I saw some advertisement. This is back before the internet, y'all. I'm a old lady, but I saw some advertisement in a magazine, and it was like I could get for $220. I get 3 months of this thing that's supposed to regrow my hair, and I couldn't wait to get it. It took 3 weeks to arrive. It was a bunch of these little tubes. I used it once, and I was like, this is stupid. And I just felt like a complete donkey after spending all that money. And trust me, back then, $220 was a lot of money. In fact, $220 today is a lot of money. So just imagine back in the 90s what $220 was. A Abdel Raham Khalil says, have you ever thought of having a head tattoo? Absolutely. I think about it all the time, and I dream of all these things. But you know what? I have this one tattoo right here, and I regret getting it. And I regretted getting it immediately after I got it. So, and it's like the dumbest tattoo ever. It was like my breakout tattoo. I turned 18 and I just felt like I needed to do something grown. So I got a tattoo, and it was the dumbest tattoo ever. You guys have probably seen it because it's like right here. So some of my clothes display it. Midnight Sun, if you've tried every hair growth oil and it's not growing, please just learn to accept this hair situation of yours. At this point, I just want to I want to have access to beautiful wigs. That's what I don't care. I don't care about regrowing my hair. I do. There is a part of me though that feels like I might be doing myself a disservice by neglecting all of these new things. But to sit there and go, and then the other thing is, a lot of people who have hair, they wear wigs anyway. So I'm like, what if I regrow my hair and I don't like it enough, so I end up wearing wigs anyway? Then the whole thing would have been waste, right? So I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing is very odd to me. It's just a lot to think about. Emerald Eye says, you're beautiful. You don't need hair. Thank you so much. I do wear my wig every day, though, Emerald. And that's why I'm here styling all my wigs. But let me get this Scheidel that I told you I was going to show you. Scheidels are really, really good wigs, but they really do look wiggy. I'm going to let y'all tell me what you think. Hang on. They look wiggy. Is this them? How y'all like my music? Sometimes I get lost in like my Disney spirit and I want to hear this. The string orchestra. Ziggy, turn down the volume. Alexa, turn down the volume. Yeah, this is it. It's not styled yet because, like I said, yesterday I spent all evening washing all my wigs, but I didn't style them. I guess you're supposed to wash them and then curl them all. I guess if I was more diligent, I would have done all that, but it was late. Yeah, this is what it looks like. The hair quality is just so good, y'all. Like, this movement is bar none. When I style it, you'll really be able to see how nice it is. I think Abdel Raham says, I think you will look cool with a head tattoo, like putting flowers or butterflies, for instance. I actually have done a henna tattoo, and I did like a drawing on myself. I'm an artist, or at least I like to say I am. So I did a drawing on myself, and that one, I have a post somewhere with it. Sorry, y'all, my clothes are coming off. Somewhere with it, and I really like that one. But like I said, I don't know. I have a thing about permanent things. I got these eyebrows, for instance, and I regret the eyebrows. You can't see the eyebrows now because I woke up this morning and I covered them up and then I redid them because the eyebrows were so ridiculous and they started to turn green. So like, you really can't win with this whole trying to fake it game. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I talk about a lot on this channel, is that you really can't fool anybody with these wigs. I mean, if a person doesn't care either way, if your hair is real, they won't notice. But a person who obsesses over hair, which is, I would say, 70% of women and maybe 50% of men, they will know that you're wearing a wig, and they will make they will make it their business to uncover it and make you admit it. I don't know what it is, but you can see it all the time in the news because people are always speculating which celebrity might be wearing a wig, and it's actually out of control. Let me see this. Sorry, y'all. Victoria says it was a lady that was bald, but she used the real botana oil. She has testimonials of people with botana oil. I'm skeptical. I feel like those people just, I don't know, like they're being paid a lot of money to say it. I don't know. Some oil is gonna, I don't know. I've tried oils. I have oils in front of me. I have oils. But, to be fair, I haven't tried Botana oils. You know what it is? I think I'm jaded by the industry. I'm like, I think it was Emerald Eyes who said that they've tried every hair regrowth oil. You would think it was my real hair, right? That wig, I have to style it. Once it's styled, it's really nice. But I will say, Jewish shittles are really made to look like beautiful wigs and not made to look like your natural hair, like how some of these other wigs are made to look. But I do need to style at least one of these wigs today. I wore this one this morning when I went out. This is the one I've been wearing, but I like to have like a bunch of wigs. I don't know. I feel like I'm not dressed unless I have 2 more wigs to grab that are waiting for me and styled. They have to be styled and sitting down, waiting for me to put it on at any given moment. Otherwise, I don't feel complete. I remember one time this was years ago, I was dating this guy. And I was at his house, his family's house. I was young, so probably like 19 years old, something like that. But his family's house, and his nephew squirted all of his milk all inside my hair, right, by accident. It was a baby. All of his milk was just squirted all over my hair. So I went to the bathroom and I took it off to wash it, and the thing fell in the toilet. So I had to fish my wig out the toilet and then take it to the shower. This is the guy who I was dating for like, I don't know, 3 weeks. I had to fish it out the toilet and then take it to the shower. And so I'm not in the shower, but I'm like, it was like the bathtub. I was bent over the bathtub, washing my wig. And at that point I was like, I need to like have a backup wig in the trunk of my car. And that's pretty much where I've been at. Like, honestly, don't get me wrong, I don't carry a backup wig in the trunk of my car anymore. But I did at one point, like when I was young and I was everywhere, and I used to go visit my friend in the Bronx and stay at her house, and I definitely had backup wigs everywhere I went. Now I barely go anywhere. I go to the grocery store and I come back. So I don't need to do that. But back then, oh yeah, I used to carry around a duffel bag filled with wigs, y'all. Abdel Raham says, how long have you been bald? Since a child. I lost my hair when I was 12 years old. All right, I think I'm going to style this one today. No, I think I'm going to stop. All right, so this is the one I got most recently. And I put it on, and it seemed like a challenge. You have to look at it and see why it seems like a challenge, right? So I felt like I wasn't up for the challenge of trying to style it. But I guess it's time, because I've had it now for probably a week or a little over a week, and I still haven't worn it. So I guess it's time. So I'm going to put it on my knee, which is how I work. And try to get something going on with this wig. In the meantime, I will try to answer some of y'all's questions. I'm sorry. Page, and let me get over here. Internet connection, interconnected revert says, Batty, thank you, interconnected revert. Sade says, that wig look good, friend. This one here, yeah, I don't know, when I put it on, it kind of gave my head a weird shape, and then the hair seemed a little difficult to tame, so I think that's why I didn't want to bother too much in that moment. But I got the big girl out, y'all. So she's hot and ready. Yeah, and believe it or not, I already put product in this wig after, as it was drying. And it just seems kind of hard to tame. Anybody have any recommendations of what I should do? Let me go get my water bottle. But yeah, so the topic today, really, aside from the fact that I'm doing my wigs, is whether or not any of you have experienced any true permanent regrowth since trying any product. And even if you did have some regrowth and it wasn't permanent, I'd love to hear about that as well. Because I guess all that really means is that you would have to be on that product forever, which may or may not be okay. Like some of you might think that's perfectly fine. I just don't like going to the doctor that much. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on, y'all. Oh, sorry. Ooh, that was a lot. I think my allergies are getting to me. Abdel Raham says, "Do you have an Insta account?" I do have an Insta account, and it's Action Jacqueline Alopecia Princess. Yeah, that's the name of it. So look for me there and make sure that you follow me there. Thank you. Brady 515. Hey Brady, how are you? Brady says, "Bless you." Thank you, Brady. I appreciate you for that. So you guys give me advice. I'm gonna put some heat to it now. Let's take it off and do it on my thing. Ziggy. Oh, Alexa, skip. Alexa, skip. I still got my Pandora playing Christmas songs. I don't know how to get that off. Oh, this is the jam. Alexa, turn up the volume. Yeah, this hair is really hard to tame. That, you know what? That Scheidel is so easy to tame. So easy to tame, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all again. I'll show you again. I don't even have to put heat to that wig. But I really want to get this wig to work because I bought it, so I don't want to waste the money. I guess it looks a little better. And that's the other thing about human hair wigs that I don't like. Every human hair wig is different because it's all made from a different human's head, right? So they all require a different level of care, different products, and I just can't figure that wig out. And it's a nice wig, so it really should be easy. So I don't know what the issue is. It's just hard to. So this one I just washed. I didn't do anything to it. Let me just wet it. Show you. You see how easy that is to tame? No flyaways, and I didn't even put any heat to it. Wasted all tears. Abdel Raham Khalil says, "I was diagnosed with early baldness, and I didn't really accept the way I look when I have only hair on the sides and only have a small patch of hair on my forehead. So I thought about, what did you think about? And what have you settled on? How do you feel about shaving the whole thing off?" I think the big issue with shaving the hair off is that you can never get it completely smooth. Like my hair, fortunately, all naturally fell out, like every strand of it. But there was a time when it was just alopecia areata where I had patches of hair. So in that time, I couldn't enjoy being bald because I just had, even when I shaved it off, the pigment was left behind. I can't even get that off. Emerald Eye says, "You have a beautiful voice." I do? Thank you. That is hilarious. Thank you. I was listening to myself the other day and I was thinking, oh, God, I have a horrible voice. But thank you, Emerald. Okay, so I'm going to style this one to right now because it's easy. And I'll try to tackle that other wig. What would y'all do with that? Is there any stylists in the building? Angel Pickens says the hair looks great on you. Which one? The Scheidel or the one that I can't tame? She says the hair looks great on you the way you tried it on. Keep the hair. A style is great. Thank you. User 478-45022 says you look amazing and great person. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's nice. I love compliments like that. When people say I'm nice, like I'm nice. Oh, thank you. I'm a great person. Thank you. You know how hard it is to get somebody to think you're nice? You know what I'm saying? Nice is a flex. A lot of people are not nice. I strive to be nice. Kark okay, yes? User says Kark okay, yes? What does that mean? Okay, so I'm listening. And Abdul says, ooh, this is good information, Abdel Rahim. Raham, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Abdel Raham says he's doing laser hair removal on his entire scalp, and you did 20 plus sessions. That's a lot of sessions, Abdel Raham. Yeah, Abdel says, yeah, exactly. That's why I was sick of the gray area that still keeps appearing after any head shave. So please, what's going on? Tell me about this laser treatment. I talked about that once on this channel. And we visited a website and we looked at the process. But of course, nothing like a personal account. So tell me if you have had permanent or at least semi-permanent results that are good. Because 20 sessions is a lot of sessions. That's a lot of sessions. When I had patches, I'll tell you what did sort of kind of work. Better than shaving. That was the Alexa, turn down the volume. I used to use Nair on my head. You know that Nair cream hair remover that people use on their legs? I used to wear it on my head. And it worked. It did get me a nice clean shave. And if I remember correctly, I was able to get it clean enough so that with makeup, like a little bit of foundation, I could blend my head to look the right color. But then you have to be careful not to leave behind makeup when you sit on somebody's couch. Oh my God. Like, why is life so embarrassing? I tell you. Why? Those of you who never had to worry about things like this, just know how blessed you are. That's all me and Abdel Raham have to say. Abdel Raham says, wait, where are we at? Yeah, exactly. That's why I was sick of the gray area. Abdel Raham says, I think we can have a live chat talk better. How do you do that? How do you do that? You want to, if you went on TikTok right now, you could share the screen with me. That would work. PJ says, do you wear human hair? I wear synthetic. I wore synthetic wigs by John Renault. My favorite synthetic wig is a John Renault wig called Dara, and I wore it for 4 years straight. I just kept ordering a new one every month, and I really liked it. As a matter of fact, I think I let social media convince me to start wearing human hair again. I mean, there was a combination of the fact that the synthetic hair wigs don't last very long, and one thing I will say about the synthetic hair wigs, in my experience, PJ, is that I can't get more than 25 good days out of a high-end synthetic wig. After day 25, that wig will start looking like a hot, crunchy, greasy rat, no matter how much you wash it. And that 25, and the thing is, they're expensive. So the Zara wig that I was wearing, it's a long wig. I guess you'd have a different experience if you were wearing short wigs. But the Zara wig that I was wearing cost something like $230. So I would have to spend that every month, which I don't know if that's as expensive or not. I guess it depends on who you are. I'm now a stay-at-home wife. I don't have the resources that I used to have. And even if I did have it, I'm putting 2 kids through college. So I don't want to spend more than that. And I just didn't want any more of those bad hair days that I was having after day 25. So that's that, and the fact that everybody's convincing me that I need to start trying these nice wigs and these hair VV wigs. And it's not like I've never tried them before, but I let them try. I let people convince me. And once I started, it's like all I do now is do my hair. So I kind of think I want to go back to wearing my human hair wigs. I mean, my synthetic hair wigs. Ultimately, I think what would be best is if I do a synthetic hair blend, like a human hair blend. So let me show y'all a human hair blend that I got. I made it myself, actually. It's a high-end synthetic. This is it. It's a high-end synthetic, heat-friendly synthetic by Tressalure, and the name of the wig is Sensational. It's sensational, right? And the thing about long, heat-friendly synthetic wigs is they give a lot of problems. They require a lot of attention. Like, you have to use heat on them all the time. But now that I have the human hair wig, I don't see much different. I have to use heat on this thing all that time too. In fact, I find myself curling my hair multiple times a day. So I think it's probably best if I just keep either trying to buy human hair blend wigs. I think Envy makes some human hair blend wigs. I'm going to look into those, or keep making them like how I did for this one. So this, like I said, is now a human hair blend. When I first got it, it was just synthetic hair, and it started to look really, really ratty, really bad. A couple months ago, I was in Thailand, and I had taken for the very first time a 24-hour flight. It was a 23-hour flight, and I wore this wig, and y'all, it was so uncomfortable, and it looked so bad when I got off that plane, and I have pictures of it, and they're embarrassing. I actually posted the embarrassing photos, so if you guys are have access to my reels and my shorts, you could see the little Thailand reel, and you could see how bad my hair looked in some of those photos. That's this exact wig, but since that time, I took some human hair, and I wefted it in. I sewed it in by hand, so you could see here where I did that. This was a sloppy job. Let me fix that. Emerald Eyes says, beautiful, love that wig. Thank you. I love the wig as well. I do. But like I said, I have to have 3 wigs at all times. I don't want to lose any more wigs in the toilet. Oh, that day, I didn't finish telling y'all the story. So I dropped the wig in the toilet. I'm dating this guy for like 3 weeks. I dropped the wig in the toilet at his family's house. And without saying a word, I just started using their shower to go wash the wig. And I remember using bar soap because I didn't know where to find their shampoo, if they had shampoo, so I was using bar soap. It was so embarrassing. And then the boyfriend came upstairs to see what I was doing, and I was like, oh, nothing. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. I never want that to happen again. So I have to have always 3 wigs on hand, ready to go. This is one of the 3. I'm going to be traveling again on a beach vacation, so I need a curly wig, which I have, but it's not human. And one thing I do love about a human hair wig, especially like the water wave wigs, is how they move in the water. This is a synthetic wig. I've worn this exact wig to swim in before, and I liked it when I was wearing it, but then when I looked at the photos, I didn't like it as much. Something about seeing photos Makes you realize, ooh, I didn't like that so much. So I kind of don't want to do it again, although I might have to. So this is it. It just needs to be cut, like shorter. Guy9941 says, make Germany great again. Guy99941, if you want to make Germany great again, you guys can have Trump. You're welcome. Like, he can make Germany great again. Yes. Hail Satan, Guy9941 says. All right, so hang on. So I'll show you what that wig looks like when it's trimmed and cut. But it has a little bald spot in it now, so I can't wear it. I was trying to read. What's the word? Oh, this is my jam. Alexa, turn up the volume. I love house music. I love down tempo. I was trying to rejuvenate this wig last night, but I determined I no longer want this wig. It's a very inexpensive wig too. This is the Buddy Unit 11 by Sensational. And I think I would like this wig more if it had more parting space. So if I could find this same brand, this same hair again, I would wear it, but I would need definitely more parting space than what this has to offer, because you only get like, look at that, scantiest amount, and that pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I'm gonna be swimming in, but I do have my hair styled for the most part. Still gotta figure that new wig I brought out. I actually went and saw this girl live. That concert was crazy. It was like that whole concert was a house music party. Everybody was up dancing in their seats. People got on the dance floor. It was wild. I love this music. Superman. So I got to get a wig together for now because I want to go out and gallivant. I miss the days when I used to be able to go shopping, like go out and like visit multiple wig salons in a day. Are any of y'all old enough to remember that time? It was time to be alive, let me tell you. Now there's like one wig salon and like 20 beauty supply stores that all sell budget friendly low end wigs that really they're cute and everything, but they don't stand the test of time. That one store that sells the high end wigs, they're very overpriced, and I don't love the customer service there either. So I feel like if they're gonna overcharge, the least they could do is have good customer service. You know what I'm saying? But their selection is really good. So, in fact, it was there that I learned about the Darrow wig by John Renault, and I've been wearing it ever since. Tell me how much you need me. Okay. Abdel Raham says, hang on, let me catch up. He says, oh yeah, I use Nair, but I had a small mistake that made me start losing some patches and never grow back. What do you mean? You mean the Nair gave you permanent hair loss? Is that what you're saying? And then he says, now I have the same look that you have. I grow fluffy here and there, and it's barely noticeable. I think we could have a good chat through Instagram. That might be a little difficult, but we'll see if we can arrange that. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. We'll see if we can arrange that. Let's see. Look, you have grow here fully. So you have what is that to me? Like you're saying, Abdel Raham, is that you were able to achieve like the smooth scalp. Did I get that right? I mean, I understand. I do get that even this is not what people want. Like, people want their hair back. I think that's pretty much what you want. Like, you just want your hair back. And I can understand that. 100% do. Like I said, I would love to have some hair, but I just know I don't feel like it's worth the effort. And the effort is huge, y'all. The effort is a medical undertaking that must be overseen by a doctor. So if y'all up for it, go ahead. But been there, done that. I don't see the benefit. Like I said, that's what this whole conversation was about. I wanted to know if any of you have ever regrown your hair. Like seriously had any serious regrowth in which you were able to stop wearing the wig. Abdul Rahim says exactly which one, which part? You want to regrow the hair. Which one? You want to regrow the hair, or you're tired of trying to regrow the hair? Which one? There's so many things here that I talk about in 1 second. Emerald Eye says, who is the artist playing? That is Black Coffee. I don't want to tell you the wrong information. Yeah, Black Coffee. And the name of the song, if I got the name of the artist wrong, the name of the song is called Superman. So you'll find it if you just research Black Coffee. I think her name is spelled with a K. South African artists. Some of the best music is coming out of South Africa these days, y'all. Crazy. Such a vibe. I can't wait to visit there. That's next on my bucket list, y'all. I have a friend from Africa who visits quite often. That's who I would like to travel with. So when we go, we're going to try to, my husband and I are going to try to follow him and his wife the next time they go. Because that's a place I would like to go with a local. You know what I'm saying? I want to visit that place with someone who knows the town, who take me around, we could eat dinner at their family's house. I want to get it in like that, you know? That's exciting to me. They are, user 0990 says they are the worst people. Oh my gosh, why would you say that? How many South Africans have you met to be able to say they are the worst people? That's such a general statement. Let's see. Ralph Feliciano says, hi, beautiful.
I have neglected.
Hi, Ralph. Thank you so much. You said something about Batman, or is that your name?
I have made promises to myself that I haven't kept. I think for me, it's accepting that I'm always going to have this stuff there. I said,
what if I told you I was South African? What if I told you my family was South African?
Learn more about online therapy and save 10% at betterhelp.com/.
If y'all want to know, I'm not South African, but I have African roots. Obviously, I'm Black. Oh, look how easy that was to tame, y'all. I'm in love with this hair. So if you want to know, my family is Caribbean. I'm born here in America, so I'm an American. My mother is Jamaican, and my dad is from Guyana in South America. For those of you who don't know where Guyana is. Alexa, turn down the volume. Yeah, so like I said, these wigs, these shidos, they're not necessarily designed to look like your hair. So I had to add some lace to the front. I sewed that in myself because they really don't want the hair to look like human hair. I mean, like it's growing out of your head. They just want it to look like a very expensive good wig. So they don't even like do the lace like how we do. You see the inside? It's a skin top. And it came with probably like a 1/4 inch of lace, like not even enough to call a lace front, but somehow they were calling it a lace front. So I took apart an old lace front wig I had that I no longer used, and I extended the lace by sewing it in. I know that's a mess. This is just old glue that I can't get off. But yeah, so that gave it a little bit more of a realistic lace front. I recognize that it's not perfect. I'm not a wig maker. I wish I was. When I was a kid, like, you know, in my late teens and 20s, I used to make wigs. But back then, you know, they didn't have lace wigs. Yeah, I'm that age. Back then, they didn't have lace wigs. They were just regular full cap wigs. So they were very easy to make. I think now you can buy parts and like piece them together. I just haven't done that yet. But yeah, this is pretty decent. And I love the movement on the wig, y'all. Love the movement. But I do recognize it doesn't exactly look real. It just looks like a really good wig, which is exactly what the Jewish women want. So that makes sense. But yeah, I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with this wig, which I really want to work. I really want this wig to work. But look at it. It is just so untamable. Somebody in the chat, Emerald Eyes says very close to real. Thank you, Emerald Eyes. Emerald Eyes says, I wish my hair looked that good. Same. That's what I was talking about when I talk about like the hair regrowth thing. And I'm like, what if I grow my hair back and I don't even like my hair? I haven't had hair since I was 10 years old. I don't remember what that hair was going to look like. I might not even like it. It might not grow long. It might grow in patches. And then I'll be stuck in wearing wigs anyway. So all that work. And it does. There is a physical, what's the word? Side effects that you get when you use these drugs because it's a drug. So your kidneys are undergoing all kinds of stress. All for what? Some patchy hair that you have to keep chasing like for the rest of your life at a doctor's office? I don't know if I want that. So yeah, but I wanted to know, that's why I came here. I did get Abdel Raham's account of his experience with laser hair removal, which I do think it seems to be the only option nowadays for people who want to accept their bald heads, but they're having a difficult time because they can't achieve a smooth scalp. It seemed like it would have been a perfect option, but according to Abdul Raham, he did over 20 sessions. And let me see if I get this right. Let me catch up to your text. Is the only way to leave my hair grow. Oh, the only way to let your hair grow is if fully, I don't understand what you're saying here. The only way to leave my hair grow if it will grow fully. Otherwise, I'd be completely bald better. I see what you're saying. I think what you're saying is either you want all the hair back or you don't want no hair. I think that's what you're saying. Did I get that right? And Abdul says because he's sick of shaving it daily. You know, razor bump, cuts, and other annoying stuff. I will say this. Believe it or not, I was a barber throughout my early my late teens and mid 20s. So from, I'd say like 18 years old to 25 years old, I worked as a professional barber in a barbershop. And the hair bumps can be mitigated by scrubbing your scalp. Like you have to scrub it with alcohol after you shave. So you spray on the alcohol and you gotta like scrub it like this. You're basically scrubbing the alcohol into your pores, into your cuticle or follicles. That's the word, right? And that's how you'll like stimulate the hair to go straight out rather than to curl up and go back into your head and form a bump. So try that, Abdel Raham. It works for my husband. He doesn't get hair bumps anymore. I shave him all the time. He doesn't get hair bumps anymore since he started doing that. Let me see. And what did you say? Yeah, when you use Nair, you should leave it for 5 minutes, I think. And when you wash it, use a wet towel, not a dry one. Yeah, I would do how I used to do the Nair, and it did work. Like I said, I would do the Nair, and like I would put it on about 10 minutes before I would get into the shower in the morning. And then I would get into the shower, and then I would rinse it all off real good, and I would take care of them. So when I would come out the shower, I would notice, okay, it's nice and smooth, but that pigment, the hair pigment, because my hair was black or dark brown, whatever, I couldn't get rid of the pigment because there's actual pigment inside your scalp. Like it's the hair thing is so wild. So I couldn't get rid of that. So what I would do is I would just take some makeup and then I would like put some on like this, and then I would like try to do this as much as possible until it came out as even as possible. And the strategy was to get a makeup that was darker than my scalp, but lighter than my hair. You know what I'm saying? So that, I don't know, I kind of blended a little bit better. And I remember that kind of working just so that I could, not that I ever went out without my wig. I did go out with, and this is when I was doing it. I was feeling very, very punkish in my late teens, like 18, 19, 20. And I was out, I would go into the city, and I would only go out without my hair if I was going into Manhattan. Happy T says, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I would only do that if I was going into Manhattan because I felt like that's the only place where I would be accepted. And back then, oh my God, you guys, if you're from New York and you survived the 90s, can you recall what a vibe the East Village was? Oh my God. The Village was everything. So that would basically be it. I would leave the house wearing my wig. I would get on the train and take my hair off on the train. I remember walking through the train, the subway, and you could walk through from car to car while the subway is moving. I don't know if you could still do that because I don't take the subway anymore, but you could move from car to car, and I would take the wig off between cars and stick it in my purse, and then I would emerge out of the subway bald-headed, and I would do it with that makeup on, and it was a vibe. Like it was a time to be like, I don't feel like I could do that here. I tried being bald-headed in the suburbs, and it's not the same vibe. It's not the same vibe. I don't like how I'm treated. I don't like how I'm received. So, and I guess maybe I don't have a thick enough skin to tolerate it. Hats off to those of you who do. We need y'all because that's the representation the bald community needs. But I ain't it. My bald head is reserved for the internet, which is public, by the way. So like I run into you guys on the street sometimes. But that's okay. Like here, at least I can control, like when there's haters, whatever, I can just click them off. I wish I could click people off on the street. Not so easy. I'm sorry, Abdel Raham, you were saying stuff. So you said you were sick of shaving daily. You were getting the razor bumps. Oh, and then you said you made a mistake. You left it for 10 minutes and used a dry towel instead of using a wet one. And that's how it stopped growing in some parts of my head. So it permanently stopped. Here's the thing. here's the thing. My hair permanently stopped growing after using the Nair as well, but I didn't attribute it to the Nair. I attributed it to the alopecia. It never occurred to me that the hair loss was because of the Nair. So if you have patchy hair loss like I did, maybe it wasn't the Nair. If anything, I don't think it would be permanent. Let's see. Oh, Abdul Khalil says, could you type in your Instagram account? I still can't find you there. Hold on. I have to find it. Actually, it really is Action Jacqueline, spelled Jacklyn, Alopecia Princess. Like, I don't know how to type in the handle, to be honest. I'm not huge on Instagram, to be honest. I visit probably once a day, where I'm on Facebook several times a day. On TikTok several times a day. But Instagram, for some reason, I don't know, it just never took off for me. So I'm not there as much. So Abdel Raham says, I'm good with how I look. I can't wait to have live chat. Okay, so go ahead and make sure that you follow me there. And then he says he burned his... Oh, you burned the melanin in your hair. Is that what you're saying? Ooh, that could be the case. I would ask you if you asked your doctor about it, but y'all, if you are someone who sees doctors a lot, I think you know that doctors be acting like they know stuff and they don't. Like, a lot of times they just can't help you. But I would be curious to know, if you spoke to your doctor about it, what the doctor said. I had one doctor tell me that the reason I lost my hair was because I'm bad. I'm not even kidding. It was an Indian doctor. I remember looking at her like, and I was young too. I think I was probably like 19, 20. And she was like, you have to take good care of yourself, eat right food. If you're bad, your body will respond back. What? Did she just call me? Like, did that lady just call me bad? Like, Catherine says, impeach Trump today. I'm living proof. Kathleen Nowak. He ordered me to be silenced and wanted me dead. Hey, this is not a political conversation. I'm not getting into that with you. But how about that? Okay. Dolls Crochet by Lexi says, you came through on my FYP and you look stunning without hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. That all really helps a lot. Because I feel like one day I'm gonna have to stop wearing these wigs. I don't know. You guys ever have that sort of foreboding? Like, what if a big flood came and washed all my belongings away? How much would my wigs matter at that point? I would just have to go bald, right? So little things like dolls, crochet, little confirmations like that really do sit with me, because I'll need to take all that with me into eternity if things like that happen, because you really never know, especially in the state of the world today, global warming, the political state of the world. I don't know what this future holds. So we just got to be wrapped and ready. Wrapped and ready. Oh, you did. You did follow me. I did see it come through. I saw it come through on my phone. I would have clicked on it, but I'm using it actually to stream to TikTok. But I'll definitely check it out when I'm done. Abdul Rahman says, they said I destroy my melanin layer on my scalp and network. Wow. Destroyed your melanin layer. So that makes me think. I don't think you told me what kind of hair loss you have. Did you say that earlier on? Oh, early baldness. So early male pattern baldness is what you have? So they diagnosed you with early baldness, which I'm guessing they mean early male pattern baldness because you're a man and you're young. And I guess it didn't form little spots like Ariana. And then you had this sudden spot that was triggered by your use of Nair on your head. Is that what happened? I don't know. Like I said, after when I was young and I used the Nair on my head, I will say my hair did stop growing back shortly after that. And after that, it didn't matter though because I only grew hair in patches anyway, and ultimately I was happy to not grow any more hair. It was just like what you said, Abdel Raham. It was like either grow back or all fall out. Like I do not want this limbo. That limbo when you just have spotty hair loss, that is the worst time for a person experiencing hair loss. Like either fall the F out or grow the F in. But the limbo is terrible. So I was actually happy when the hair stopped growing in, but I did not attribute the hair loss, the complete hair loss, to the Nair because I lost hair everywhere, not just on my head. I lost hair all over my body, my eyebrows, eyelashes, arm hair, body hair, everything was gone. So I didn't attribute it to that. Maybe you might want to think about that. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how you feel about this or what risks are associated with continued use of Nair on your scalp, but if it caused you to have a permanent spot, why not continue using it? I don't know. Don't listen to me. I mean, maybe it'll take the rest out. I don't know. And maybe that's not a terrible thing if you're just gonna have patchy hair loss anyways. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me because I'm a bad influence. I'm a bad hair influence. I told you, I'm not trying to grow my hair. I'm not where a lot of people want to be. So don't listen to me. If you want to regrow your hair, definitely do not do the thing I just said because that would be bad. Counterproductive. But if you are interested in just accepting your baldness for what it is, keep using it. Maybe you'll be able to match the rest of your scalp. You know what I mean? But then again, it sounds like you're pretty young, so you have a lot of time to make that decision. But every day counts, right? Every day counts. You do want your every day to be a good day. It really is a daily struggle. Emerald Eye says, I found your Instagram listed as Jacqueline Alopecia Princess Bennett. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Emerald Eye. That is the one. Now I use it, but rarely. I'm mentioning my bald look. I won't grow it. You won't grow it. You won't regrow the hair. Is that what you're saying? You're not interested in that anymore, right? And I know you don't want to wear the makeup. I don't think men want to wear makeup. Did y'all see? I reported on this just 2 days ago. The new bald Brave Ken doll. So they have this Brave Barbie doll, which is a Barbie doll that was designed to help encourage young little girls who have hair loss. And the Barbie doll is a bald doll that comes with a wig and some other accessories. Super cute. I would show you, but I'm trying to finish this wig. Go back into my reels. You'll be able to see it. And they finally made a bald Ken for little boys who are experiencing baldness at a young age for whatever reason, cancer, alopecia, whatever. And he comes with a wig as well. I thought that was interesting because they showed photos of every one of the dolls, and they said that the dolls come in 2 different skin tones, but I only saw a black Barbie, a white Barbie, and a white Ken. I didn't see a black Ken. I would have liked to see a black Ken just to see what kind of wig they gave to Black Ken. I don't know if that one exists. If y'all can help me find it, that would be great. But if they didn't make the Black Ken, that would be biased. But I tell you what they did. What they did was they made Ken dark. He's white with a blonde wig, but they gave him very, very tan skin. So I guess that's how they got around it. So they didn't have to exactly make him black. They just made him maybe look ethnic. But they gave him a blonde wig, which I can't really argue about because y'all know I wear a blonde wig too and I'm a black woman. So I guess they figured something smart out because who could argue with that? But yeah, really good stuff. I really love those dolls. You can't buy them in the store. They have to be gifted, and I guess they have to be gifted like by a healthcare practitioner or something. I don't know. I don't know the deals on it. But if I can get my hands on one, I would love myself a brave bald Barbie and a brave bald Ken. Alexa, turn up the volume. What is this song? At Last. That's Etta James's At Last, but in piano version. Alexa, turn up the volume. Oh, this is nice. I wish I could sing. Emerald Eyes, that you said I have a nice voice. If I had a really nice voice, I would say it. Because I love this song. This hair is very unruly. Because I swear I just curled this. You need a PhD in hairstyling to mess with these wigs. And I treated it last night with product. So I don't want to put any more product in it. But it needs more product. Let me try some of this. My love has come along. This is just the. What is this? Silicone oil-free wig shine. I like the product, but nothing seems to work on this wig, y'all. It's a mess. Etta James, yes. Who said that? Yep, this is Etta James. Ooh, that was nice. You know, that one brought tears to my eyes. Oh, I know why that was played at my wedding. Oh my God. Oh, that's why it brought tears to my eyes. But it was the original version, the Etta James version.
I love a good suit. But you know what makes a suit complete? A suit.
All right, so I have some of this frizzy. Let's see if this helps.
But my favorite is my birthday suit. Yes, I got
This
this
wig
for my
is
birthday.
troublesome.
My mom got me this. So I think this suits me. This weekend's really
Part of me wants to take it and just go to a hair salon and let them do it. But y'all, I've never been to a hair salon before
You can shop
and
their
not been
website
treated
by
like
Alexa
a
and Picard.
experiment.
Interviews
I
from
swear to
all
God.
of television
Every
for
time I go to a
children.
hair salon and
Everything
ask
you
somebody
need
to
for
style my
beautiful,
wig,
healthy
they say,
hair
"Oh
and
my
hair.
God,
Get
do you
the
mind if I
all
take before and after
or
pictures of you?" They
formulas
all do it. I'm always treated like some sort of lab rat. And it's annoying, to be honest. This is what I mean when I say I don't like going out without my wig. It's just too much. Constant. It's like you can't walk into a place and not be stared at. Walk like a champion. Talk like a champion. Yeah, my Pandora is all over the place. Alexa, turn down the volume. Alexa, turn down the volume. I think I have to put like a whole lot because I've done this already, y'all. I've already been down this road with this wig. I sprayed it with the product. I sprayed the firm hold frizzies on it. What would y'all do with it right now? If this was your hair, what would you do? Emerald says, "You are such a patient woman because I wouldn't throw that into the trash." You would have thrown that in the trash. I'm done throwing wigs in the trash. I'm done. I feel you on that, Emerald Eyes, because it was recent when I learned about the origins of human hair and how it's obtained, how it's collected throughout the world. You know, it's usually 90% of the hair that we wear comes out of India. And if y'all know the debauchery that is done in India to get this hair, y'all would have a different respect for the hair. I promise you. I read these stories all the time. You know, I do the Bald Girl News channel. So I'm always researching bald girl stuff. And that's something that always comes up on my feed. And I'm telling you, hair theft, like, you know how they talk about trafficking and people trafficking, right? I'm trying to say words that won't get me flagged. And they say they take parts. Well, in these countries, they know how valuable hair is because, I mean, these are some poor countries, right? Some of these areas, anyway. They know how valuable hair is. So, I mean, like, they will take a woman, forcibly shave her head off. They find little children and cut their hair off on their way to school. Like, you know, you're walking around with a ponytail. Your mom puts your hair in a ponytail in the morning and sends you to go to school. And on your way, some bad guy comes with a scissor and chops it off and sells it to a hair dealer. Like, it's like that. So now I don't want to throw away these wigs. I want to make them work. But I do realize that every head of hair requires a different level of care. So, damn it, there's that thing. I think I'm gonna do like what I'm sorry, I forget your name who was saying that, but one of you guys asked me if I wear synthetic hair wigs, and yes, I do. I just recently started this human hair wig journey, and it's been too much, to be honest. I think I don't like it. I do like how the human hair looks. It falls so nicely, you know, it moves with the wind. Synthetic hair doesn't necessarily do that unless it's brand new. Like I said, after a few wears, it loses that movement. But human hair never loses it. You just have to learn how to work each individual wig. But yes, I'm being very patient with this. Thank you, Emerald Eyes. Emerald says, you know, it looks good on you, though. You did a good job. Thank you. Mama Les says, you're beautiful from Maui. You're in Hawaii. Thank you. A Hawaiian woman says that I'm beautiful. That means a lot. I don't know why it means so much more coming from you, but I've never been to Hawaii, and in my mind, Hawaii is just filled with beautiful women. So thank you. Thank you, Mama Love. Sunshine says, that looked very good on you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sunshine Love. Sunshine 16. Thank you. So, yeah, I guess, you know what? I'm going to spray a bunch more. Damn it, I'm sweating because it's hot up in here. Y'all want to hear some more classic music? Okay, let me turn it up. Alexa, turn up the volume.
Fooled by a feeling that because I had found I could have found you are too beautiful.
So, my parents were living with me for a time, right? And while they were here, I was trying to make them super comfortable. They hated it. My mom hated living here, y'all. She was so sad. She hated living here. She likes to be the queen of her own castle, and I get it. Emerald Eye says, are you listening to radio station? I'm listening to my Pandora. So that I'm explaining how this came on this radio. So my parents were living here, and I know my mom and my dad they love music, and they love this kind of music. So I was really trying to make them very comfortable. So I trained my Pandora station to play music like this. And that's why I have so much of this music, but I'm not going to stop playing it because I love my parents so much. But they did move back. I mean, my parents are in their 80s, so, I don't know what's going on, but I just wish they would come back. They moved to Florida. They're there for now, but they can't stay there forever. My mom is in early dementia. They got to come back eventually, so I'm going to keep this here so that they can hear their music when they get here. Oh, sorry, Abdul Raham. Abdul Raham says he's 33. Maintaining what, Abdul Raham? I'm sorry. The Emerald Eye says, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. I'll keep her in my prayers. Thank you so much, Emerald Eyes. Thank you so much. I wish they would come back, but I know my mom was very unhappy here. She used to be afraid to cook food in my kitchen. And I thought that was so sad. I'm like, Mom, what did she say? Well, I don't want to break your things. I don't know where you keep things. I don't know how. And I'm like, well, don't worry. You don't have to cook. I'll cook for you. I like to cook in my own kitchen. And then I would hear her upstairs talking to my dad. And I would hear her talking about, I miss my own kitchen. I miss my own. I knew she wanted to leave. Oh, I'm going to cry. But they're on a farm because my parents are so interesting. They're such an interesting duo, I tell you. So they were doing the whole winter bird thing. They were living between New York here and Florida. So they got a condo in Florida, which I love. And then then they would come back here when it what am I trying to say? They would come back here and spend winters in Florida and come back here because this is where they're originally from, New York. Well, this is where they planted roots, I should say. They're Caribbean, of course. So after they stayed here, I don't know what changed with my parents, but they decided at that point they needed to buy a farm. So they dead ass bought a farm in Florida. And these two 80-year-olds renovated the farm all by themselves. It looks so good now. When they first bought it, I was like, oh my God. I visited the house and I'm like, it's this trailer house in the middle of 100 acres of land. And I'm like, wow, and it was old. I'm like, oh my God, they were 80 when they bought this thing, right? So I'm looking around like, what y'all gonna do? And my dad is like, well, we're gonna fix it up nice and we're gonna live here. We're gonna grow some plants, maybe get a few chickens, right? And I'm like, but they really did it, and they're there right now on the farm. Yep. So, but they always have a home here, and they will always have music here. So I'm gonna keep this music playing on my Pandora. Yes, snowbirds. That's right, Sonia Davis. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go. It's 2 p.m. It's after 2, and I haven't done anything around this house but playing my hair, which is all I've been doing. Like I said, I think ultimately I'm going to try to find a human hair blend wig. I'll try to get one from, I think Envy makes them. When I leave here, I'm going to go online and see if I can find other ones. I have the one that I made, but I would like a curly one. So if y'all have any recommendations, I would love to hear about that. You guys, make sure that you are following me. Make sure you're giving that screen a bunch of taps. I need your hearts. I need your follow. I need your subscription if you haven't subscribed here on YouTube. And I thank you so much for joining. It was fun hanging out with you today. Thank you. Oh. Whoa, hey. This is where I'll be. This is what I'm getting my hair ready for a beach vacation in Jamaica. But anyway, y'all, I love you, and we'll talk again soon. Peace. I'll let the song play out a little bit while I clean up this mess I made. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, and I'm sweating. And now the sound is dying. I'm sweating. Whoa, hey. We talk we need them all in a row. Now you want one, but you're all in the dough. We talk we need them all in a row. Now you want one, but you're all in the dough. Bring the alarm. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey. Bring the alarm. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey. Four big sound, one big alarm. The dance song of baby, four big sound, one big alarm. The boom sound of baby, ring the alarm. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey, remember this sound in the dark of the town, dark of the country. Hey, rock Mr. Charlie, rock Miss Munchie, dark of the country. This here is much cooler. I think I'll wear this one today. And now the sound is dying. I know, bring me along. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey, watch the sound run up your blood. Watch the sound run up pray. Watch the sound run up your blood. Watch the sound run up pray. Bring me along. And now the sound is dying. I know. Bring me along. Now the sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, Quora, if you're interested. Rock the white, rock the black, sweet reggae music on money and darkness, money and nothing on money and dark, sweet reggae music on break don't stop, ring the alarm, another sound of night. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. Hello, kitty cats. Whoa, hey, some sound like a big jump on. Listen to this sound. Run the jump in any station. Rock the woman up, move up the man. Ring the alarm. And now the sound is suffering. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm. And now the sound is dying. Whoa, hey, leave them there. See them all over the atmosphere. Some young talk.
Liquid Death Mountain Water.
All right, family. I love you guys. We'll talk again soon. Peace.
Memory. So now we'll help you use any Alexa device to infuse our premium water from a real mountain source with knowledge that you can drink, sending all that learning straight into your brain. Don't believe us? Try it for yourself right now, and you'll get 10% off your next Liquid Death purchase on Amazon. Terms apply. Results not guaranteed. Just say, Alexa, make my Liquid Death smarter. That's Alexa, make my Liquid Death smarter.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shopper wants. Very in-depth info.